and 7 Spanish angels took another angel home.
Hey, I'm Willie Nelson, and you're watching HempRock TV.
We don't run, and we don't compromise, we don't quit, we never do.
Hello, ladies and germs. I'm Master Sergeant Tony Vance, the voice of Freedom's Voice, and we're going to talk about freedom from want. If there's one thing the strain of dealing with the pandemic, the current pandemic, has shown, it's a need to prepare and strengthen our economy so the strain of recession or depression can be dealt with whatever crisis arises. Legislators talk of putting the economy in a coma, closing businesses and having people stay home, as we have been doing during the current pandemic. In order to do this, economic support from Congress is required. Now, this time, Congress passed a one-time $1,200 per person stimulus designed to help our citizens weather the shutdown of economic activity. And although they are moving in the right direction, they are stopping short of completing the job. It is clear another $1,200 per citizen will be needed next month and the month after that. Our leaders are, without knowing it, proving that instituting a universal basic income is an idea whose time has come. Now, currently, we got to wait till Congress gets his stuff together, and they're fighting like cats and dogs right now to pass another stimulus payment. Had a UBI been in place, that would not have been necessary. A UBI coupled with universal health insurance would have our citizens already in a good position to weather the current crisis. There are other advantages to a UBI. It would eliminate abject poverty in America and give all our citizens a financial platform from which they can grow and prosper. That kind of support would make it possible for all our children to go to college, should they desire to. Right now, the child who might cure cancer is not going to cure cancer because he cannot go to college. He can't afford the education needed to do so. A UBI would give all our citizens skin in the game. That monthly payment would remind them that they have a stake in what happens in Washington. Many of our citizens feel disconnected from our government. This would give them a reason to pay attention and vote. A UBI coupled with universal health care would give all our citizens a kind of financial freedom. You no longer have to fear starvation should work not be available. It would enable the free flow of labor. Workers would easily be able to move from their current job to a better one. Instead of workers begging employers for a job and having to take crappy jobs with crappy wages, employers would have to bargain for their labor. It would make people more easily able to volunteer for service work like the Peace Corps. Volunteer service doesn't pay much, and this financial support would make it easier to do so. Now, the naysayers claim that with this financial support, people would not work. They seem to think that the only reason people work is to avoid starvation. All the available evidence shows just the opposite. People work for many reasons, and hunger, while compelling, is not the only reason. Now, many of our leaders do support the idea of a UBI, and I'll just name a few. President Obama, Nixon, Roosevelt, Founding Father Thomas Paine, Nobel Prize-winning economist Milton Friedman and Peter Diamond, economist John Kenneth Galbraith, who signed a document with 1,200 other economists in 1968 calling for a UBI. Dr. Martin Luther King, former Walmart chairman S. Robeson, former chairs of the Council of Economic Advisors Greg Mankiw and Martin Feldman, Facebook founder Zuckerberg, and more recently Andrew Yang, 2020 Democratic presidential candidate, to name a few. Now, President Roosevelt cited 4 freedoms every one of our citizens should enjoy the benefits of. freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom from fear, and the last one that everybody seems to forget, freedom from want. A universal basic income would actually accomplish the last, freedom from want. Let us create a better economy, one that moves all our citizens to a better life, and thereby make a better country. All we have to do is choose to do it. That's it this time. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Willie Nelson, and the Willie Nelson Teapot Party and I endorse Veterans for Medical Cannabis Access.
Just roll me up and smoke me when I die.